What's up, YouTube? Bay Area Baller back again. 49ers just won an overtime thriller against the Cincinnati Bengals, and we're going to talk about it. The Bengals gifted a couple turnovers to the 49ers in the first half, both off muffed punts, and the 49ers scored 10 points off of those turnovers. And after the second muffed punt, the 49ers had their drive extended by a taunting call on the Bengals. It was 3rd and 7. It was an incomplete pass. It should have been a long field goal attempt by Robbie Gould, but no, taunting extended the drive. And what do you know? The next play, Jimmy Garoppolo laser to George Kittle, touchdown. And speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, he was pretty good in this game. I mean, he still had the underthrown ball to Benjamin. He missed Juszczyk wide open in the end zone where we had to settle for a field goal. He dropped the football in the pocket when no one was around him. There was the underthrown ball to Benjamin. The yellow X is where the ball was thrown, and then the red X is where the ball should have been thrown. And he had that near interception late into the fourth quarter. Jesse Bates dropped the pick, luckily. So I talked about the Jimmy miscues. Other than that, Jimmy was good. He finished with 296 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, he got sacked 5 times, and the offensive line was giving up some pressure. That right side, Tom Compton, Daniel Brunskill, Jimmy was under some heat. And what I saw out of Jimmy, he was making a lot of tight window throws over the middle. We know that's where he likes to work, over the middle, and George Kittle was getting Kittle over the middle. That was the theme for the day. George Kittle finished with 13 receptions, 151 receiving yards, and a touchdown. And in fact, he's the only tight end ever to go over 150 yards receiving with a touchdown in back-to-back games. And that's why George Kittle is my baller of the game. In a game we needed George Kittle to step up. He was big time, over the middle, getting open, short passes, runs after the catch, getting yards, running people over. George Kittle was back to his all-pro ways. And back to Jimmy real quick. In overtime, he was absolutely perfect. 2nd and 8 in overtime. No one's open down the field. He sees Juwan Jennings matched up on the outside running a wheel route, and he throws the back shoulder. Check it out.
Say in this drive, they've got to find a way to get the ball into his hands. Garoppolo throwing sideline. That is caught.
Then he hits Kittle a couple more times over the middle and sets up the game-winning touchdown to Brandon Ayuk. And I call this play a play-action slide. You're going to see Ayuk come across the line on the other side of the offensive line.
Garoppolo flips it to the near side, and this is Ayuk close to the.
I thought Ayuk played really well today. You saw the crazy acceleration on the game-winning touchdown. He finished with 6 catches for 62 yards. And I want to add in Juwan Jennings. Made some clutch plays. He finished with 3 catches for 46 yards. Deebo Samuel was effective this game. He had the 27-yard rushing touchdown. Also caught a 22-yard reception. So he had his imprint on this game. Jeff Wilson had 13 rushing attempts for 56 yards, an average of 4.3. I thought he was running hard at times. That there weren't a ton of rushing lanes that I saw. The Cincinnati defense has a pretty good rushing defense. Let's move over to the defense. Nick Bosa, I mean, he is a legitimate contender for Defensive Player of the Year. He had 2 more sacks tonight. Should have been a third, but one of them was taken away by Ambry Thomas, hands to the face. Ambry Thomas got hit with 2 flags, both of them hands to the face, and his coverage wasn't very good. I was tweeting out, I want to see Diamador Lenore out there. He wasn't god-awful, but he was not good, talking about Ambry Thomas. But back to Bosa. He finished with 2 sacks. He was constantly pressuring his former collegiate teammate at Ohio State, Joe Burrow. And in overtime, Burrow was moving the ball very efficiently on that drive. You know, he had the chunk play to Higgins where it seemed like Higgins was catching he had 114 yards, and all of them were chunk plays over the middle, 5 receptions. And then there was a big play to Uzama. So the Bengals offense was humming, moving the ball, and there's a key 3rd and 3, and what do you know? Nick Bosa puts a stop to the drive, sack, forces the field goal, and that's what allows the 49ers to take over, and that touchdown wins the game.
That it has really put them in a tough position. 3rd and 3. Burrow pulls it down and is brought down.
Let's touch on some other defensive players. I thought Azeez Al-Shaair was playing well until he injured his elbow, didn't finish the game. We'll have more info on that injury tomorrow. K'Wan Williams, a huge sack. And K'Wan Williams, one of the best blitzing nickelbacks. In fact, he's just a really damn good nickelback. Then you have my boy Arden Key and Ibukam combined for a sack. So we were getting to Joe Burrow just enough. Burrow finished with 348 passing yards. There were holes in this defense, and it was over the middle. Like I said, Higgins kept dialing it up over the middle, chunk plays. I was getting frustrated, but we were playing a bend but don't break style. And the Bengals were very conservative in the first half, kicking 2 field goals when they had 4th and 1 or 4th and short. 49ers at 7-6, currently are the sixth seed in the playoff race, staying ahead of the group of teams with 6 wins. That's Washington, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and New Orleans, all with 6 wins as we speak. I've always been of the mindset you get in the playoffs and anything can happen. Feels good to be back. Great win by the Niners. Catch y'all next time.
Make sure you like and subscribe.